September 11th, 2001, around 9 a.m., America's largest city, New York. The sky was absolutely clear. People were going to their offices, children were going to school. Everything was like any normal day. And just then, a large airplane suddenly changes its direction, and it goes and crashes into New York's tallest building, the World Trade Center. The whole world was watching this on TV. Everyone was thinking maybe some mistake had happened, but 17 minutes later, a second plane crashed into the second building, and then everyone understood that this was not a mistake. This was a deliberate attack. On that single day, around 3,000 people were killed, people of different ages from different countries. Someone was sitting in an office, someone was traveling in a plane, someone was just living their life. Behind this attack was Osama bin Laden, the biggest leader of a highly dangerous terrorist organization, Al-Qaeda. His voice could be heard on tapes. His face was seen in videos. But where was he? No one knew this. America's president, George W. Bush, had said, "We will find him, no matter where he is hidden." But he was not going to be found so easily.
December 2001, the high mountains of Tora Bora, Afghanistan. Just 3 months after 9/11, the American army had defeated the Taliban in Afghanistan. There was news that bin Laden was hiding in the caves of these very mountains. American soldiers surrounded the mountains from all sides. Bombing took place. But when the smoke cleared, bin Laden was not there. He had escaped towards Pakistan. And from here began the world's longest manhunt. 10 years, 2 American presidents, thousands of spies, and 1 man who managed to escape every single time. A small team was formed inside America's intelligence agency, the CIA. This team had only one job: to find bin Laden. In this team, there was a female officer whose real name is secret even today. This woman was completely immersed in this one single job. She gave up her sleep, her comfort, her life, everything to this mission. Actually, bin Laden was very clever. He had turned off mobile phones and left the internet. He knew that he could be caught through these things. Therefore, he stayed connected to the world through his special, trustworthy people. And among these people was one whom the CIA named Abu Ahmed al-Kuwaiti. But it was just a name, no address, no picture, no... For the next several years, the CIA kept chasing this single name. The CIA spread its network in Pakistan. Every phone call was listened to, every relative was watched. And then, in 2010, that phone call came. Abu Ahmed's phone was intercepted. And when the CIA tracked that signal, the place it was leading to shocked everyone. Abbottabad, a quiet, green, small town in Pakistan, just 50 kilometers away from Pakistan's capital, Islamabad, and a mere 1 kilometer away from Pakistan's largest military training center. This was the place where big retired military officers and officials of Pakistan lived, an old trustworthy place, and in this very place was a strange house. This house was completely different from the rest of the houses. It was 3-story. The walls were very high, around 12 to 18 feet. Barbed wires were placed on top of the walls. The house's garbage was not thrown outside, it was burned inside. There was neither a phone line nor internet. The CIA satellites started taking pictures of this house, during the day as well as at night. The pictures showed a tall man who walked for hours every day in a small garden built inside the house. He just kept walking, but never came out. And the more the CIA looked at that house, the more convinced they became. August 2010, the chief official of the CIA, Leon Panetta, gave this information to the White House. President Barack Obama was told everything, but there was no complete certainty. Some spies were saying there is an 80% chance that he is bin Laden. Some were saying 50 to 60%. No one could say 100%. And before Obama was a massive decision. Meetings took place for months. Many methods were thought of.
One method was to drop a bomb from an airplane and destroy the whole house. but innocent people nearby would also die in this. And if bin Laden was not there, all of this would go to waste.
The second method was to inform Pakistan and work together, but there was a fear that if someone in Pakistan tipped off bin Laden beforehand, he would run away. The third method was to send a small, fast, and silent team, go inside, identify, and finish the job. And this very method was chosen, and this mission was named Operation Neptune Spear. April 2011, a small airfield in Afghanistan. Here, in the darkness of the night, a special team was preparing. A replica house exactly like that house in Pakistan was built. Every wall, every door, every room was exactly the same, and that team practiced every night in that replica house. This team was SEAL Team 6.
America's most trained, fastest, and most dangerous soldiers. These are the people who work in the most difficult places in the world. 25 soldiers, 2 helicopters, 1 mission. And there was also a dog named Cairo, expert in sniffing bombs and finding paths. He, too, was a part of this team. May 1st, 2011, President Obama was sitting in a small room. Everyone was watching a screen. There was complete silence in the room. Pakistan, Abbottabad. 2 helicopters had crossed the border of Afghanistan. They were flying under the cover of the mountains so that they wouldn't appear on anyone's radar. The first helicopter started hovering over that house.
The plan was for the soldiers to slide down using ropes, but suddenly the helicopter started shaking. It was losing balance. The pilot tried very hard, but the helicopter crashed into the wall of the house and fell. But the miracle was that not a single soldier was injured. And the soldiers did not waste a single moment. They were on the ground. The mission was ongoing. The soldiers broke the doors of the house. They entered inside. In the lower section, they found the same spy, Abu Ahmed al-Kuwaiti, because of whose single phone call the CIA had reached here. He fired. The soldiers retaliated. He was killed. On the first floor was bin Laden's son, Khalid. He too was killed. And then the soldiers reached the 3rd floor. There was a closed door. The door was broken, and in that room stood a tall man with a beard. A soldier recognized him. He was Osama bin Laden. The soldiers shot him twice. At 1:18 a.m. in the night, the world's biggest terrorist came to an end. Hillary Clinton later told that at that moment she had covered her mouth with her hands. Obama took a deep breath. The mission was not yet complete. The soldiers had only a few minutes. They gathered whatever they found from the house. Computers, pen drives, documents. All of this was very crucial for intelligence. Bin Laden's body was put in a bag. The helicopter that had crashed was destroyed right there so that its special technology wouldn't fall into anyone's hands. And the soldiers sat in the other helicopter and flew back towards Afghanistan. The entire work was done in just 38 minutes. Bin Laden's identity was confirmed by a DNA test. Yes, it was him. And then within 24 hours, he was buried at sea from an American naval ship. No grave, no mark. May 1, 2011. President Obama came on television. He said, "Tonight, I come to tell you that Osama bin Laden has been killed." Celebrations started across America. People came out onto the streets. A crowd gathered outside the White House. In New York, where the Twin Towers once stood, people were crying, hugging each other. But there is another part of this story that never came into the news. The soldiers who went to Abbottabad that night remain unknown even today. No one knows their names, because this is necessary for their safety. That CIA officer, whom the world knows by the name of Maya, said after the completion of the mission that now she didn't know what she would do. She had given her entire youth, her entire life, to just this one job. And that Pakistani family who lived near that house had absolutely no idea until that night that the world's most dangerous man lived in their neighborhood. Operation Neptune Spear. This was not just a mission. This was the answer to 10 years of pain. The answer for those families who were living under the shadow of fear since 9/11. But did terrorism end with this mission? Did Al-Qaeda come to an end? No. Bin Laden died, but his ideology did not die. His network did not die. Hatred did not die. And this is the biggest question, the answer to which no single mission can give. Osama bin Laden was killed on May 1, 2011, exactly 9 years, 7 months, and 21 days after the 9/11 attacks. The walls of his house kept standing in Abbottabad until Pakistan demolished them. Friends, this was the story of Operation Neptune Spear. If you liked this video of ours, then definitely give it a like, and do let us know by commenting on which topic you want the next video. Until then, thank you.